Welcome back, folks. It's Drew Peoples from Peoples Collectibles, and we're back here on the battlefield where hopes and dreams get slashed and destroyed, pummeled into the ground. It's Commander Legends, and last box, bit disappointing. Upon further reflection, it wasn't that bad necessarily, but three mythics with only one of them being a solid hit, scroll rack, and out of the boxes that I've opened, this before these three, I think it was only three and two mana drains and a Jeweled Lotus, right? So compared to that, this is that was a bit sad. Our first one was pretty good. We got the Vampiric Tutor. We got a 4 out of the 5 dual lands and a foil Chrome as well on top of other goodies. So that first box, in retrospect, I was like, yeah, it's a pretty decent box. Now looking back, I'm like, it's above decent. All right, it wasn't amazing, but definitely above decent. And then that last one was either decent or a bit below. So we're hoping this last one here today, can we get some gas? And by gas, I mean gas money. Because if I don't pull a Jeweled Lotus, I'm walking to work for a month. That's right. That's how much of a Timmy I am. I spent my gas money on pieces of cardboard. Because I said, hey, worst comes to worst, you can burn the cardboard and that turns into fossil fuels. And then you can go to work on that. So, yeah. Don't be dumb like me. All right. Can't see that on camera. I just dropped all those packs. They're all destroyed now. Jeweled Lotus was probably in there. Now it's a heavy blade card, so we're going to open up those packs first that I just destroyed. In the wing today, we have the stacked pack with all the goodies, so I can get all the likes and the retweets. All right, slashing the ranks. Oh, we're slashed. All right, our hopes and dreams are slashed. Thought that I had right before this was, I haven't really seen duplicates of any rare. I think that is the first two outside legendary creatures. I haven't been keeping track of the rare pool from there. Only the mythics that I get out of that. But, and Kadoma of the Westray. It's just such a good card. All right. What do we got? Zat's Will. Oh, there we go. Kadoma of the Westray. I spoke him into existence. If we're going to get duplicates of anything, let it be a Kadoma. All right. Oh, we got duplicates of this guy now, too. And technically, I got duplicates of the Chrome as well, but I got a foil version in the first box and a non-foil version in the second box. Opposition Agent, if we're going to get duplicate rares, that is top of the list. And any of the dual lands. Last box was a bit disappointing in the dual lands. Our first one, we got 4 out of the 5 enemy dual lands in the set. And the second one, we only got 1 non-foil one, but we also got a foil dual land, which is pretty nice. Oh, Commander's Plate. All right, starting off strong. Oh, you know what? Maybe it was 4 boxes before this, because I do remember one where I had gotten Commander's Plate, or that might have been one that I also got a mana drain. Wait, rewind. Yeah, rewind. I think that was one that I actually got a mana drain as well. So that box of the mana drain and the Commander's Plate, that box was gas. That is still a decent card. I think I sold the copy I had for like $40 at some point in the past half a year or something. And I feel like it's still around there. I don't think there's been a reprint, but it's hard to tell these days. Jank foil rare. We still sleeve them because, again, this is a set where the foil rares actually matter. So even though this is one that very forgettable, Salamander Pirate Prince. It's not actually a prince, just so you know. But he is in our hearts. And speaking of princes that exist only in our hearts, it's Hull Breacher. R.I.P., buddy. still sees play in Eternal formats, but that is not enough to make him a chase card. Him getting kicked out of Commander just nuked him. Nuked him. Surprised I didn't get negative feedback from the guy who bought him for me, like not too long before the banning. All right, etched foil. That was another thing in box 2. Did not get a single etched foil, which was very odd. I don't think I had seen that yet. But all right, we got one in this box, so that's cool. Maybe we'll get another one. Maybe we'll get Shakashima. And that was another thing I was thinking about, the fact that I had only gotten 3 mythics in the last box, but none of them were legendary creatures. Which obviously, because you have the slots in the back that are dedicated to the legendary creatures, that's why the mythic pull rates get skewed if you hit on more mythics there, which we did in the first box. We got the Jessica Thrice Reborn and a Chroma, both legendary creatures. So it was 6 mythics, but 2 of them came out of a different rare slot than the other mythics. And how exactly does that work? I'm not entirely sure. Staff of Domination. All right, so we're getting a lot more of the duplicates now. Again, so other than Slash the Ranks, I'm not disappointed with these duplicates. Staff of Domination, always a good card. You know, this is one of those cards that I hated for years. I could never understand why anyone was down with it. And then, you know, I played a green deck that had absurd amounts of mana that you had nothing to do. And then it was like, oh, wait. If you have those absurd amounts of mana and Staff of Domination and a creature that makes, I guess, 5 or more. Yeah, because 4 would just be breaking even. So if you have a creature that can make 5 or more mana by tapping itself, then essentially you have infinite mana with just this card. So yeah, Staff of Domination, good card. Who would have thunk it? Apparently a lot of people except for me. It's like, oh, it's too expensive for all those modes. And it's like, oh, that's what it's meant for, though, is when you have all this mana, nothing to do with, and then you can just basically do everything. Because, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing with that. Like, if you have infinite mana, you also have a thing to put the infinite mana into, right? Because it can draw out your entire deck, and then you can play out your entire deck because you have infinite mana. So, yeah, it is literally a jackknife with everything on it. If you have the mana, then you can just win the game outright with that card out, basically. All right. We're doing much better on the dual lands here than we did in the last ones, not including the foil one that we got in the second box. We're already beating our dual land count from the previous one. Well, I guess we should just count the foil one anyway. So we're tied with the dual land count from the second box. And we have 4 on the first one. So can we get 4 again? 10 dual lands across 3 boxes, not bad. And we already got the Commander's Plate, so we've already gotten a good mythic in every box, right? Scroll Rack's not as glorious as it once stood. Because I remember before this set came out, the list had just become a thing, and I remember Scroll Rack being on the list, being such a chase card, because there was the Tempest version, and I don't think there had been any other versions. And then it was on the list. It was probably in the mystery boosters. Is there anything else at that time? I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, other than the Tempest version, I don't think it had been reprinted in like any set, to my knowledge. Not 100% sure, but I am fairly certain on that one. All right, foil Command Tower. Not a bad one. If you're going to get a foil, that is a nice one to get. Now, sadly, does that look? Yeah, it's a little hard to see on camera. You know, some people might be into that, but yeah, it's really dark foiling. The first print run of this product was a lot worse about that. But yeah, the quality control when they were mass producing this product was on the low side. You know, you look at it now and it's like, oh, this isn't stacked with foils the way that a modern magic product is stacked with foils. But 2020 was a different time, friends. I stopped paying attention for a minute there. Jesus Christ. Almost just went through the card that we were talking about. All right, everyone, it's okay. I thought maybe Rudy hosed me because I said that thing about people from Florida, and I thought I might have triggered him, and he was like, "I'm gonna, shove it to this libtard and, give him a box of donkey doo doo." But there it is. Ain't she a beaut? Almost passed by her. I was talking about some bullshit, but it's a fresh looking card. Home, 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 home. All right, so yeah, we got not even halfway through. Jeweled Lotus and Commander Plate. So arguably, that alone, best box that I've had of this product, hands down. Two of the big boy mythics, because I was thinking of that with that last box. So Scroll Rack was the only notable mythic I got. The Port Razor, I thought he had been like at least $10 at some point. I mean, he was like $7-8 months and months ago. But yeah, he's only a couple bucks. And then the other one that I got, the forgettable, not the unforgettable, the very easily forgettable white sorcery, Triumphant Reckoning or something. This is the last guy we pulled from box 2. I was like, come on, please be some gas. And then I got fucking Spider, and I was like, yep, that's my luck. Also, my luck is just going past the Jeweled Lotus and like tossing it on the ground and being like, all right, we didn't get anything. Oh shit, wait, that was the Jeweled Lotus. Fuck. Yeah, I didn't do any kind of crazy reveal. I was paying half attention. Damn. All right, what do we got? Soul of Eternity. I mean, this is one of those things, you're kind of just going with the motion at this point, because literally, I could just pull a bunch of bullshit and still be happy because I got a fucking Jeweled Lotus. Happy days. Watch me look at the price of Jeweled Lotus after this, and it's like, dude, that card's only worth like $50 nowadays. What? No fucking way. I know it's been reprinted. It was reprinted in Commander Masters, and you have like the cool new alt-art borderless version, whatever the hell it's called. So obviously, it's not as scarce as it had initially been, but it is just such a powerful card for Commander that, like Soul Ring, can just be used in just about any deck. Now, unlike Soul Ring can, pretty much be used in every single deck. There's a few decks, maybe if you were playing a super aggro deck, but then a super aggro deck in multiplayer doesn't really make sense, being honest. But there's very few decks that would not run Soul Ring. A lot of the times, not running Soul Ring is more of a choice, more so than a practical decision, if that makes sense. Like, it can get boring, putting a Soul Ring in every single deck because you feel like you have to. I feel like I have a few decks that I just don't have Soul Ring. I'm like, yeah, whatever. We're not playing Mulligan until, I get the gas on turn 1. But the point being, Jeweled Lotus, it's just one of those Commander cards. It's a colorless artifact that costs nothing, and it's always going to be able to do something. Now, you might not have a slot in your deck to put it in there. Kind of reminds me of Ace Specs in Pokemon. Yeah, here's some autism real quick, making links that probably no one else thinks of because they don't really make any sense. But point being, Ace Specs in Pokemon, everyone was hyped on Master Ball when Ace Specs were first introduced. And if you don't know about Ace Specs in Pokemon, they're a card type that you can only have one in your 60 card deck, right? Only one. And Master Ball was a card that literally any deck could play it. Because you search deck for a Pokemon. Every single deck has Pokemon. It doesn't matter what deck you're playing, you have to have basic Pokemon. Because you keep mulliganing until you start with a basic Pokemon in your hand. And Ultra Ball just reads you search your deck for any Pokemon whatsoever. No restrictions at all. And you put that card in your hand. That's it. Happy days. Is it a foil rare? No, uncommon. So, because of that, people speculate, oh, this is definitely going to be a good card then, because it literally any deck can use it. But because of that restriction, only being able to have that one copy in your deck. Oh, woohoo! Only being able to have. We're doing my face thing real quick. What's up? This is FaceTime. Drew Peoples. How you doing? I'm over here. Okay. See how much of a friggin' wreck my place is real quick. This happened in the last video, but it happened in the first part of the video. And then I ended up just being like, well, that was after only one pack, and I don't feel like going through the process of getting editing software just to add a little bit at the beginning. So I cut that part out. Anyway, the point being, Jesus Christ, we're totally lost the plot. Totally lost the plot. So Jeweled Lotus, like a Master Ball, can literally be put into any commander deck, right? It doesn't have any kind of color restriction because it's a colorless artifact. And any single commander can use its ability because it sacrifices itself to basically play your commander for free, right? Ooh, Preordained, that's a decent foil. You know me, I'm going through these piles, and yep, there's Preordained there. Put that down. Yeah, we got more excited about the common in that one. That's right. Well, the foil common in the back, more like, but maybe I can finish saying the thing that I was saying before I get off track yet again, as goes. So yeah, Jeweled Lotus can be used in any single deck, right? You sacrifice it, you get 3 mana of any color, but you can only use that mana to cast your commander spell. Super powerful card, can be used in any deck. But does that necessarily mean that it has a spot in the 99 of any deck? And the answer, of course, is no, not as much as a Soul Ring. Soul Ring is definitely a more useful card across a variety of decks, whereas Jeweled Lotus, that one little pump out real quick to get your commander out at the cost of a card in your deck, a card in your hand, even if it doesn't cost any mana, isn't worth it. A little extra, the worst fucking mythic. You know, out of all those other junk mythics I've got, this one's the worst because I already have one of these and I just hate this fucking card because it's a terrible goddamn card. 2 mana, equip for 4. Equip creature gets +2/+2. Whenever a equip creature attacks the player with the most life or tied for the most life, create a 4/4 white angel creature token flying that's tapped and attacking that player. And, you know, I have a Boros equipment deck with, what's her name? Nahiri, the Aftermath one. And even in that deck, that would like a card like this card doesn't work. Because first off, the equip cost is too high. Now, there's stuff in there to make the equip cost 0, but you shouldn't expect stuff to be 0. And I think, Nahiri lets you play the spell for free. It doesn't let you equip it for free. But, you know, I mean, there's stuff like Pure Steel Paladin, Bruner, Battle Hammer, and Sigarda's Aid. So there's ways around paying the equip costs. I think there's even a guy or two that, reduce the costs or what have you. But point being, that is a big investment. For at the low end, all you're getting is +2/+2. And at the high end, you have to be attacking the guy with the most life to get a token out of it. And if you happen to have the most life, then you're just getting +2/+2. I don't know. It's just not a good card. Just leave it at that. Trust me. I'm a doctor. That's actually not true, in case you weren't sure. I'm Drew, but I am not a doctor. That is untrue. Like I said, we're just going through the motions at this point. We got the Commander's Plate, we got the Jeweled Lotus. Anything else is free tendies. Give it to me. For Daddy Bezos. Let's see some gas real quick. Come on. All right. Yeah, I mean, shit. Dual lands, more gas. Talking about that too. Can we get back up to 4 dual lands in this box? Another etched foil too. Let's just be greedy. Let's be greedy as fuck. Well, we got 4 packs. We got 4 packs left, and that's it. 4 packs, and I'm never going to see this product ever again. It's going away. It's going bye-bye. All right, we're getting right to the meat and potatoes yet again. All right, well, that was more potato than it was beef, but, beef house. And if you don't get down with Tim and Eric, you can fucking leave right now. There's the door. I got time for people that don't understand Tim and Eric. If you think Tim and Eric and Mighty Boosh and Eric Andre and other pseudo-intellectual surrealist shit is bullshit, then eat my Schwartz, nerd. That's how I feel about that. All right, let's see. And I will be the one eating the Schwartz. Ooh! Foil Mythic. I don't think that's like that good of a card, but shit. That is a Foil Mythic. We got one. Woo! Would have been nice if it was a Foil Mythic Lotus. That would have been really nice. But again, we don't have to be greed monsters. We can rise above it. We can be better than that. Be better than that. But yeah, I don't know if this guy's been reprinted. He might have been reprinted in Commander Masters, but still a foil mythic is a foil mythic. You know what I mean? To be fair, I mean, if it was a foil Seraphic Greatsword, I might have just ripped it on camera just to let you know how much I hate that fucking stupid card. But no more F-bombs. We don't have to be vulgar here. Vulgarity is uncouth. We got 2 pack, well, 1 pack after this. We're down to the wire. That's what I'm trying to say here, okay? You get what I'm throwing down? What am I throwing down? All right, it's a Phoenix. Thought it was a Jessica's Will. I got excited. It's like, damn, and a Jessica's Will? This is the greatest box of all time. Of all time. All right, if we can get a Jessica's Will here, or an Opposition Agent, greatest box of all time. If not, second greatest box of all time. I don't know who got the first, but they got an Opposition Agent and a Jessica's Will here. That much I can tell you. Let's be really greedy. Give me like a Mana Drain. What do we got? What do we got? Come on. Wrong will. Shakashima, Shakashima, shoo, shoo, shoo. Nope, not there, not there, not there. Well, not even gonna sort you right now. Gosh darn, we did it, folks. So we got 3 dual lands there. We got a foil mythic. We got this bullshit mythic, but we got a Jeweled Lotus and a Commander Plate. So 4 mythics there. That first box was definitely skewed crazy with the 6 mythics. I was like, it's not that much. And I thought about it later, and it's like, that is 1 in 4. But also kind of 1 in 6, which is still better. Like, I think 1 in 8 is what it's supposed to be, right? And, in a way it is like 1 in 6. Because it's 24 packs, but it's kind of like 36 packs. Well, I guess you could even say it's more like 48 packs. Oh, you know what? And that's why I was thinking 1 in 4, because of the normal rate's 1 in 8. and it's 2 rares in each thing. But one of them, it's only 1 rare, and then it's the legendary. Which, okay, you know what? I take it all back. I'm gonna shut the hell up. Anyway, 4 mythics, and none of them were legendaries. So there we go. That was the exact same thing as the first box, where it was 6 mythics, but 2 of them were in the legendary slot. And I guess in that one, we got kind of a bonus mythic in a way with the foil guy in the back there. All right, words hard. Too happy about not getting completely hosed up my bumhole. Thank you again, Taco Lord Rudy, for these boxes, the patron sale that you had a few weeks ago. Really appreciate it, man. Looking forward to being your patron and a happy days and such in the future. Still have a few boxes from that order to crack. I got an Outlaws, a Bloomburrow, and a Jumpstart. Gonna get to those at some point, but for now, it's been fun reliving the end of 2020. Some dark times indeed for all of us, but Commander Legends was a little bit of a light, even though there were obviously its issues and so on and so forth. All right, I'll catch y'all next time. True People's Collectibles. Goodbye.